From the Aishin Broadcast Studio, it's the Executive Spotlight.
Welcome to the AutoSuccess Executive Spotlight. I'm your host, Brian Ankney. Today, our guest is Ken Schwartz from LPR Media. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're really happy to have you in the studio today, and I want to talk about something that is top of mind for everybody in every business, attribution.
Sure.
How can dealers measure attribution, and is it even possible?
It's very difficult. In direct mail, obviously, it's a lot easier. Someone comes in with a piece of mail. You know they received the piece of mail and they came in because of it. It's a lot easier. In the digital world, you have no idea what people saw. You don't know whether they saw your website. You don't know if they saw something on Google. You have no idea. And if they come in from some app, it's very hard to understand if that's what drove them in ultimately, right? It's usually a combination of things. If you're dealing in Conquest, a lot of times it makes it a lot easier because they're not your customers already. You know that there was no existing relationship between you and them. And if you have the list ahead of time, when you're dealing with a digital company, someone who's marketing for you in a digital manner, it makes it a lot easier because they're calling their shot before they take it. That way you know if John Jones from 123 Main Street is on a list and they say he's going to come in from a certain amount of time and he's marketing to a limited amount of people, that there's a very high likelihood that John Jones came from that marketing.
Let's talk about Conquest, because Conquest is exciting for dealers.
Sure.
I mean, we all feel, everybody feels like you can control your backyard. Hopefully you're doing a good job with your existing customers, but Conquest is that opportunity to really see growth. What are some of the tactics that you've seen that are most effective for Conquest?
Growing market share, like anything else, is where it's at. It's what everything's about. You have to reach the people. I find that marketing to their phone is the best way to reach them, period. And marketing smartly. If you have enough data, you can see a lot of things. Some people look at where there's web traffic and they market to the person if they hit a certain app or if they're looking in a certain way. I tend to think people are creatures of habit. So you market to people when they have their buying patterns, whether they buy every 3, 5, 7 years, and you market to them in a clean, understanding way. That way, more likely than not, they'll pay attention to the ad and take some action.
So what you're saying is rather than marketing to the people that are researching Mustangs or Corvettes or whatever, like rather than marketing to the people who have gone and looked at a pretty car, you're marketing to them not based on their online behavior, but based to their purchasing behavior from the past, like historically.
Online behavior is not reliable. People look at things all the time. People are interested in things. It doesn't mean they're going to buy a car. People buy cars at regular intervals. And if you have that data where you can see at what interval they're going to be coming into a car, that's the time to market to them. If they're currently own, let's say, a Toyota, they may go for a domestic or they may go for another import. But if they have a domestic, they're more likely going to stay with a domestic. So you can look at things and market to folks based on their probabilities and reach them where they live on their phone. And when they open up their phone, if there's ads there, and again, you don't want it to be a carnival atmosphere. You want it to be something that's very clean, not presumptuous, where they can take some action in their own time and in their own way. And when you do that, you get a lot of activity, and you can get that market share over to you.
So, like in that the ads that you're showing people, you said they're not too busy, which is kind of different than what a lot of ads are. Like what type of offers? Is it trade offers? Is it finance offers? Is it unique to the person? Like how do you determine that?
You don't do it unique to the person. For any marketing company, that'd be far too expensive when you're dealing with a list of people. But you want to keep it in the theme of the dealership. We take offers, for instance, from their website, and we build them into a piece. But it's not a carnival type of environment. There's no giveaways. There's nothing like that. It's more trying to introduce them to the dealership and trying to get them comfortable with the dealership and the idea of maybe, you know what, maybe I'll give them a chance and take a look at them. You know, like anything else, people don't want to be surprised by things. And people feel gimmicks oftentimes, especially in the digital environment, are games, right? Because there are so many games in the digital world.
Yeah.
So keeping it clean is very important.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that makes sense because, you know, especially with as much like cybercrime and other things
Correct.
that are out there, like
Correct.
any offer that seems too
good to be true.
It's scary.
Yes.
Well, now when you're working on a campaign, like how do you go about determining who goes onto that list and like how big of a list? Like what does a campaign look like?
So we standardize our lists to 20,000 consumers. You have to have it big enough where you can reach people and get some people to act. Mm-hmm. But it can't be so big that it's some random thing. So 20,000 folks is logically a good number to really do approach. Mm-hmm. And what we do is we look at when they're in market or coming into market, they have to own a home. If they don't own a home, then I don't feel they're worth my money to market to. And if they don't have good income, they're not going to be able to qualify. So in a way, you get a good understanding of the consumer that you're marketing to. And then you look at the age. They can't be too young, and obviously as they get older, they're not going to buy a car. You know, at some point when you're in your 70s, you're pretty much going to stick with what you got. So we radiate out until we hit the number of consumers that we're looking to market to, that roughly 20,000 from the location of the dealer. Oftentimes it'll go past other like-kind dealers. For instance, if you're a Ford dealer, it'll go past another Ford dealer in that instance. And you'll gain market share from the same brand as well, which is what, frankly, most dealers want. And it works quite well.
Well, now, I mean, should dealers reconsider the way they're currently doing their Conquest marketing?
Well, you know, how we do it is very unique. Mm-hmm. We consider ourselves service providers and experts in the field.
Yeah.
And like a mechanic or a plumber or any other kind of service provider, we don't think we should be paid before the work is done and you get the value for the work that we did. So we charge on a commission. It's a pay per sale, a true bird dog, right? It's $283 a car sold for new customers, and you don't pay us until those new customers are driving away in their new car or used car from your lot.
So for the 20,000 people that you're marketing to, is it like an ongoing thing? Like, is it a different 20,000 every month, or is it the same 20,000 over time? Or
we run for 95 days. As I said, we can see in our data that they're either in market or coming into market. So we want to get the full value of that campaign. So 95 days, that 3-month period is a good standard period. Then if the dealer wants to renew, they renew. There's nothing binding them. There's no evergreen. There's no trick or anything like that. We have 93% retention and hundreds of dealers across the country, because at the end of the day, you're only paying for what you get. And dealers want market share, and we help them get that, and they only pay when they do.
Interesting. So if a dealer is marketing to the 20,000 people, sorry, I don't want to beat this like a dead horse, but I want to really understand it. It's so if I've got the 20,000 and some of them buy, and then the next month some of them buy, are you kind of filling in? Are you going further out and adding more people to that list?
No, that list is because then it's almost like cheating, in a way, because that list is static. So we're saying we're going to call our shot that these are the folks that are going to buy. If those folks don't buy, then it's on me. But I'm not going to keep adding and make the list 30, 40, 50,000 so that I kind of game the system.
Gotcha.
So it's a static list. We do that for the 3 months. You're going to get, if that 10% lift, and that's pretty standard across the board. Again, if you sell 100 units a month, you should see 8 to 12 from us, which is, good market share for your gain.
Absolutely.
And, our dealers are really, really happy.
Currently, we have interest rates and other issues going on. I mean, should dealers be marketing right now?
Yeah, the market's difficult. It's difficult for everyone. And in certain states, it's worse than others that we see across the country. You have to market, whether it's us, someone else, however it may be. Because if you're not, your neighbor is, the dealer down the street from you. You have to reach people where they live. and you have to bring them in, or you're going to lose market share. You can't rely on someone driving by, and you can't rely on your existing customer base. Without marketing, frankly, you're going to lose market share.
Great. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thank you for taking the time to join us for this AutoSuccess Executive Spotlight. I'm your host, Brian Ankney. Today our guest has been Ken Schwartz from LPR Media. We hope to see you again on a future episode. This one's Over the Curb and Burning Gas.